A good piece of advice for aspiring filmmakers is to shoot more footage than you need. Editing can be tricky, and sometimes what worked on the page doesn't on screen. That's why films frequently have numerous deleted scenes, many of which simply would have padded the running time if they remained in the final cut. But some sequences are harder to cut than others, since they can be important to the overall story or the characters. When fans look back at some of these, they may be wondering why the director decided against having them in the film. Here are 10 deleted scenes that would have made the movie way better. Captain America: Civil War. The third film in the Captain America series featured an ensemble larger than any Avengers movie, with two teams of heroes squaring off against each other. Everything built up to the explosive fight at the airport, and the childhood dreams of the audience were fulfilled.
Oh, come on!
There's no shortage of great moments from this sequence, but there could have been one more involving the Captain Americas. While being pursued by War Machine, Cap drops his shield, and Bucky picks it up to slow down Rhodey. Saying, "I gotta get me one of those," this could have been Marvel planting the seeds for Bucky to take over the mantle. Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is hardly a perfect comic book movie, but it did hit a few emotional notes that have given it its share of fans. Originally, Sam Raimi had one more whammy for the audience during the final fight. The plan was for Sandman's daughter Penny to pull her father out of the battle and reveal that there is no cure for her illness, and therefore no reason to continue fighting Spider-Man. Sandman then explains his role in Uncle Ben's murder, and Peter forgives him, so Flint Marko can go off to be with his family. It's depressing for sure, but it would have been a resonant resolution to one of the film's key plot points. Return of the Jedi. Arguably the biggest twist in film history is Darth Vader being Luke Skywalker's father. It's a revelation that caught everyone off guard and had the young Jedi constantly wondering why Obi-Wan never told him. The final film presents the infamous certain point of view argument.
A certain point of view?
But a deleted scene has something much darker. On his deathbed, Yoda states that he forbid Obi-Wan to tell Luke the truth, with the plan being to train Luke so he could defeat Vader and the Sith without knowing what he had really done. That paints Yoda in an unfavorable light, but it redeems Obi-Wan, which would have been nice to see. X-Men Apocalypse. The third film in the rebooted X-Men series, X-Men Apocalypse, introduced young versions of classic characters, including Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. Before he became the leader of the team, Scott was a mutant unsure of his abilities, and he found guidance at Xavier's school. An amusing deleted scene shows Beast presenting Scott with the famous visor, which has controls to adjust the intensity of the beams. It doesn't add much to the story, but it's a nice moment between the two characters, and features a funny joke about Scott hoping nobody calls him Cyclops. Little does he know the future that awaits him. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Star Wars Episode 7 was nominated for Best Editing at the Oscars, so you can't fault the team too much for what they cut out, but certain scenes probably should have remained in the film. One of the bigger ones was Finn and the villagers, set during the First Order's ambush on Jakku. While covering from fire, Finn bumps into a female villager and instinctively raises his blaster in attack position. The woman is horrified and sees the masked stormtrooper as a monster, which hits Finn hard. It informs his decision to defect even more than what's in the theatrical cut, as he learns how others view the First Order. The Dark Knight. During the Joker's reign of terror in Gotham, one of his most horrific actions is blowing up a hospital. In the finished film, a wide shot shows the destruction as the building collapses into rubble, but that wasn't the only angle Christopher Nolan filmed. You may remember that the Joker snuck aboard a school bus to escape the wreckage, and Nolan got a close-up from inside the bus of Ledger. In a chilling moment, the Joker never looks back at all the chaos surrounding him as the bus drives away. Nolan called it a great angle, but one that didn't really work for the scene. We would have to disagree on that. The Wolverine. Though there was a joke about yellow spandex in the original X-Men film,
You actually go outside in these things?
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
many fans would have loved to see Hugh Jackman wear Wolverine's iconic comics costume, which was obviously a suit made from yellow spandex. Bryan Singer may have steered clear of it, but for a while, James Mangold was going to use it in 2013's The Wolverine. In a deleted scene, Logan receives the classic duds as a gift for what he's done. He doesn't wear the outfit, but it's most definitely teased. Unfortunately, it may never make an official feature film debut, so this may be the most viewers see of it. Fingers crossed, next year's Logan has room for it. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Harry Potter's summers were spent under the watch of the Dursleys, as he lived with his aunt, uncle, and cousin. Harry's extended family was notoriously cruel to him, constantly mocking him and forcing him to live in a cupboard under the stairs. It was always a relief when he escaped their wrath, but viewers were robbed of a touching moment between Harry and Dudley. In the first Deathly Hallows film, as the Dursleys leave their home, Dudley takes the time to say goodbye to Harry, telling his cousin that he didn't think he was a waste of space. After a handshake, they go their separate ways, providing nice closure to their relationship. Superman 2. Superman's killing of General Zod was highly controversial since many felt it went against the values of the character. Fans of Man of Steel used Superman 2 as their defense, saying that Kal-El killed Zod in that film as well. But that's only because a crucial scene was deleted. In the cut sequence, Zod and his associates have survived their fall and are seen being arrested by authorities. It shows that Clark Kent is not a ruthless murderer and didn't take advantage of his enemy's weakened state to get out on top. Henry Cavill's Superman may have reasons for why he killed, but Christopher Reeve was never meant to be that way. The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. The fantasy epic built to its conclusion in the third installment with the fate of Middle-earth at stake in an all-out war. The grand finale is when Aragorn leads an assault on the Black Gate to act as a diversion for Frodo and Sam in Mount Doom. Originally, the future King of Men was supposed to have a showdown with the embodiment of Sauron himself, which was another cool creature design in the trilogy and an unforgettable moment. Peter Jackson felt that Aragorn fighting Sauron took away from Frodo destroying the ring, so he changed Sauron to a generic troll, but many wish the scene stayed as intended. Whoa! Those are our picks for deleted scenes that would have made the movie better. Are there any we missed? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Screen Rant YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. Thanks for watching!